So we get off to a fast start with the fastest skater. You know, not much of a time change over the years in this event. Mike Gartner, who won it twice, did a lap in 13.5 seconds. That was 25 years ago. Connor McDavid won last year at 13:02. That's not a lot of difference. Gartner, Sergei Fedorov, Peter Bondra, Scott Niedermayer each won it twice, but nobody's been a repeat winner, and Niedermayer's the only defenseman ever to win it. Will we have a repeat winner this year?
Well, I think the fact that McDavid probably, Jim, was forced to come in may give us that opportunity. As Elliot was saying, it's just such a difficult, of all the skills individually, this is the one that you have to get loose for. You got to be energized, and you have the potential for a blowout too, going hard around those corners.
Tampa Bay's own Brayden Point is the first skater. As you saw, they can choose to go in the direction they want. They don't get much of a head start. Remember a couple of years ago, Dylan Larkin got a few steps before the timer started. They've got about 3 feet, and that will be it.
There's the discussion right there. Yeah, you're right. I think they want to keep the continuity of the timing, and he's getting an earful here about what's expected of him.
Brayden Point from Calgary showed up at his billet's house in Moose Jaw as a 15-year-old at 5'3", 130 pounds. And he's a National Hockey Leaguer in the fastest skater competition right now. And the fans here are cheering on their own Brayden Point. 13.579.
That's a pretty good benchmark to start. I think the one thing about Point, you know that he's energized, so excited to be in this competition in his first All-Star on home ice, and you could sense from the crowd just the energy that's there. There's the dangerous parts, Jim, is going around those corners, making sure you don't blow a wheel.
Well, the interesting thing, guys, you can pick which direction you want to go. So my question to Craig would be, which way would you go?
I would have gone the way that Brayden did. Everybody has their comfortable way. As a right-handed shot, going around to the right always seemed a little bit more comfortable because you could lean in with your stick.
Here's Zach Werenski, who got into the All-Star game when Seth Jones of Columbus had to be scratched. Zach's from the Detroit area. He chooses to cross over to his right as a left-handed shot. Zach grew up in the Detroit area on a youth team coached by former Red Wing Doug Brown, and that's where he learned to skate a longer stride than Brayden Point. And here he comes into his final turn. Just over 14.
Didn't you see a real big contrast with the short, choppy starts of Point? A smaller guy, had a lot quicker feet in that, and this is just long strides there by Werenski, trying to get that big engine warmed up and going down and straight away.
Having a heck of a year, one shy of what would be a Columbus defenseman record for goals in a season, and probably didn't want to be in this skill, but had no choice. And here's another guy who didn't get a choice.
Rookies. 13 first-timers at the All-Star game this year, and here is Ricard Rakell of the Anaheim Ducks, and he too, a right-handed shot, chooses to cross over to his right. And just over 14 seconds again for Anaheim's Ricard Rakell.
You can really see that the start is one thing. He had a little bit of a hesitation there, didn't he? Almost a stutter step. And then to just try to accelerate. I've always found the smaller guys, Jim, seem to just explode out of those corners and get the energy going in the right direction quickly. They both have a little laugh down there, Glenn, as they look at it.
Don't you get a sense already that there's in the early part of this competition, there's a feeling that maybe they don't have a chance?
Yeah. And I think the players want to see the last couple of skaters and see what their times really can be. Because Eichel's got speed. We know what McDavid can do. He's got super. He might break the record with a puck on his stick.
Yeah, you're not kidding.
This is Noah Hannafin of the Carolina Hurricanes. Great skater. There are so many good skaters that are defensemen now. Nobody lumbers on the blue line anymore. You have to be a great skater, and Hannafin is one of those. 14-3.
Isn't it amazing how Carolina as a team all of a sudden is a much faster group too, and there's one of the reasons on the back end.
Another first-time All-Star is Josh Bailey from your part of the world, Glenn.
unrestricted free agent. I'm trying to make him some money.
Yeah, good year, isn't he?
A good little chat before the game. It's like, yeah, you got the fastest skater. He goes, yeah, isn't that great? Let's see what he's got in the tank.
It's in the terms of the Pirates that are here today, he was given the black spot. You're in the fastest skater race, and Josh is over 14 as well.
You can see, though, everybody in a real respectable number. But you watch players on those corners, some just seem to be so comfortable, and down the stretch here will be interesting as McKinnon is going to come up next. Glenn, this is your guy that you think is given second?
I would say that it's the last three certainly have the speed. That's the reason they've kept them to the bottom three, but they are going to be the top three.
Nate McKinnon would garner votes right now as the most valuable player in the National Hockey League, so he enters this event as he enters every game with a great deal of confidence in what he can do. And he flies into the final turn. Will it be enough? Over 14.
Well, you know, you can really sense he is doing a lot of hopping around the corner. He started on a side start and then just trying to get those choppy big strides around the outside, and I don't think ever really got to that full speed that he was looking for. This is an interesting skating stride here with Eichel, though. He is a long, powerful stride, very different than what you'll see from McDavid last.
So unique that during a game, if he didn't wear a number, you could pick him out of the crowd all of the time because of the way he skates. Buffalo's Jack Eichel, little stutter step to start. Will it affect him as he chooses to cut to his right as well? In his first All-Star game as well, after his second National Hockey League season, Jack Eichel to the finish line, under 14. That would put him second to Brayden Point of Tampa right now.
Well, you mentioned the start, Jay. He had a couple of real powerful three strides there, but he was a little bit off balance to begin with, and then there's the long strides on the straightaway where he garners his power.
Kind of a stutter step to start, and a stutter on the corner, but yet, you know, we're talking tenths of a second, but from ice level, he was clearly faster than anybody we saw in this before. Now
and here's the favorite.
Yes.
There's a crossover start again for McDavid as well.
The winner last year trying to become the first player ever to repeat as fast a skater in this event, and even without a clock, you can tell he's quicker than anybody before him. Connor McDavid, first. Just edging out Brayden Point of Tampa.
Boy, they sent out the rabbit early, though, didn't they? Point was really a great measuring stick to start, and you could sense that McDavid wanted to make sure he could dig in. A couple of hesitations there on that last turn, almost hit the boards there, but able to hang on at the last second.
I'm going to have to put myself on IR, guys. He went by. I officially have a whiplash.
Connor McDavid gets the win in the first event of the evening as we go down to the benches, and David Amber.
Connor, you just said you're a little bit winded. It was a historic run for you, the first time we've ever had a repeat champion as the fastest skater at All-Star Weekend.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, there's so many fast guys in this league. Anyone could really do it, so special to be here in front of you guys. So.
They liked it. You beat the hometown kid, though, in Brayden Point. A lot of guys said they didn't want to get into this competition. They were scared to go up against you. Who were you keeping an eye on, though, before this competition?
I think Nathan McKinnon, he's always someone who's so explosive. Eichel, there's so many fast guys, like I said.
Well, congratulations, Connor.
Thanks.